The Chase Trifecta is one of the most popular credit card combinations since it's so easy to manage. It's an excellent source of $1,000 or more in free travel, and it's a valuable setup for anyone with decent credit, whether you're a beginner to credit cards or not. It continues to be the most valuable combination in my personal setup, so today I want to make a video not just on what it is and how to get it, but I want to talk about the 5 reasons everyone should get it, how to get the most value from it, and other cards that take the Trifecta from great to absolutely overpowered. If all that sounds good, let's jump right in. And if you do enjoy this content, please do me a favor and hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. The Chase Trifecta is a strategic combination of 3 credit cards from Chase Bank. You have the 2 no annual fee Freedom cards, the Chase Freedom Unlimited and the Chase Freedom Flex. And for the 3rd card, you need to choose between the Sapphire Preferred with a $95 annual fee or the Sapphire Reserve carrying a $550 annual fee, but lots of perks. Since you're only allowed 1 Sapphire card at a time, making the right choice is important. For those who aren't frequent travelers, the Sapphire Preferred is usually the best bet thanks to its lower annual fee. And if you're someone who doesn't typically hold cards with annual fees, don't worry because you can change either of them after 1 year and even downgrade either of them to a card with no annual fee. There's a couple of major advantages to holding credit card combinations like the Chase Trifecta over individual cards. First is when you use these cards together, they have very complementary earning categories, with certain cards optimized for general spending and others for specific high reward categories. Plus, the points you earn from any of these cards can be pooled together, meaning you can use these combined points towards cashback, or you can use one of the special perks on one of these cards to unlock even greater value for your points. And for anyone who's concerned about holding multiple cards, don't worry because the Chase Trifecta is very easy to manage since you can manage all of your cards from one account, and you can even request the same exact due date for all of these cards. And without going into detail on building credit, in the long run, holding multiple credit cards will generally have a positive effect on your credit, despite a common misconception that it's bad to hold multiple credit cards. But with that said, let's jump into the 5 reasons why anyone with decent credit should get the Chase Trifecta, starting off with reason 1, which is easy value from the Chase Freedom Unlimited. The Freedom Unlimited should ideally be the first card you pick up in the Chase Trifecta, since it acts as the base of the Trifecta, ensuring that you're earning above average rewards on every purchase. With this card, you'll earn an unlimited 1.5% back on everything, 3x on dining and drugstores, and 5x on travel purchased through the Chase Travel Portal. The 1.5% back on everything on this card makes it the perfect catch-all credit card, meaning you want to default to using this card on all of your purchases, since most other credit cards, including the other Trifecta cards, earn just 1% back on everything. So you'll earn 50% more than most credit cards earn on an everything category. Another source of easy value from the Freedom Unlimited is with its welcome offer, where you can earn up to $200 in cashback or 20,000 Chase points after spending $500 on the card within the first 3 months of account opening. And that means for the first $500 you spend on this card, you're essentially earning 40% back on your spend on top of the regular earning categories. It would normally take over $13,000 in spend to earn that $200, so I definitely think this welcome offer is valuable. Moving on to the next reason why everyone should get the Chase Trifecta is reason 2, which is a high earning rate with the Chase Freedom Flex. The Chase Freedom Flex is a great specialty card that builds on the base of the Freedom Unlimited, allowing you to earn higher rewards in specific spending categories. That's because the Freedom Flex allows you to earn a very nice 5% back on rotating quarterly categories on up to $1,500 in spend per quarter. Quarterly categories can range from things like gas stations, grocery stores, Amazon, Walmart, PayPal, and more. And this will give you a much greater ability to earn points and cash back. It also has the same exact 3x on dining and drugstores as the Freedom Unlimited, plus the same exact welcome offer where you can earn $200 in cash back or 20,000 Chase points after spending $500 on the card in the first 3 months. If you were to max out the 5% earning categories in the first year of holding this card, you'd have a minimum of $500 in cashback or 50,000 Chase points between the welcome offer and those 5% earning categories. So you can get quite a bit of value for a relatively low amount of spend. Now, I love both of the Freedom cards for their ability to earn cash back, but where things get really interesting is when you combine them with one of the Sapphire cards. That's because either of the Sapphire cards will elevate the whole Trifecta, increasing the value of the points you earn on all of these cards, especially for travel. Which brings us to reason number 3, which is the ability to earn valuable travel rewards. Either Sapphire card is going to be very beneficial, but the Sapphire Preferred is my first recommendation. It earns 3 points per dollar on dining, online grocery, and select streaming, 2x on travel, and 1x on everything else. But holding either Sapphire card means that instead of being limited to just cashback like with the Freedom cards, you can now redeem the points you earn from all cards for greater value towards travel in a variety of ways. The simplest way to redeem your points for greater value is through the Chase Travel Portal, which is a booking service very similar to Expedia. And here you can get 25% more value for your points when you hold the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Normally, Chase points are worth just 1 cent per point in cashback, but this means you'll get 1.25 cents per point in value through the travel portal. And since you can combine points with the other cards in the Chase Trifecta, this makes the points you earn from all cards at least 25% more valuable. And since most of us will travel at some point in the year, I think it makes a lot of sense to use these points for greater value. But there is another way to redeem your points for greater value, which I'll show you in just a minute. And on average, it will double the value of your points. The Chase Sapphire Preferred also comes with some great travel protections and no foreign transaction fees. And with just a $95 annual fee, I think it's the most ideal travel credit card for most people. However, you could consider the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which earns 3x on travel, dining, online grocery, and select streaming, 5x on flights booked through the Chase Travel Portal, 10x on hotels and car rentals booked through the Chase Travel Portal, and 1x on everything else. With the Sapphire Reserve, you can redeem points for 1.5 cents per point through the Chase Travel Portal, or in other words, you'll get 50% more value for your points. It also has a very easy to use $300 annual travel credit that can apply to things like hotels, airfare, parking, car rentals, commuting, public transportation, and more. And it comes with over $1,000 in partner value that may or may not be valuable to you. The Sapphire Reserve also comes with another major perk, which is especially valuable for anyone who flies, and that is unlimited priority pass airport lounge access. Airport lounges are a great way to save money on expensive airport food, and for me, it's something that turns an annoying airport experience into something that's actually decently enjoyable. Usually you get free meals, better Wi-Fi, and a nice place to sit and work or relax while you wait for your flight at the airport, and I highly recommend it. With this lounge access, you'll be able to bring up to 2 guests for free into the lounge, and normally this level of lounge access would cost $469 on the Priority Pass website. Now, the big drawback to the Sapphire Reserve is obviously the $550 annual fee, and this is the main reason I recommend people use the Chase Sapphire Preferred. However, for both the Sapphire Reserve and the Sapphire Preferred, there's a way to cover the annual fee completely in the first year, and that is with the welcome bonuses. And that brings us to reason number 4 to get the Chase Trifecta, which is excellent welcome offers. Getting the welcome bonuses from all 3 of these cards is a really undervalued aspect of the Chase Trifecta. And in total, you can currently earn $1,000 in cashback or even more in travel value. And with the Sapphire bonuses I'm about to show you, you're going to get the equivalent of about 15% back on your spend while earning the welcome bonus. The welcome bonus you can earn on both the Sapphire Preferred and the Sapphire Reserve is 60,000 points after spending $4,000 on either card in the first 3 months. That 60,000 points is $600 in cashback and can easily cover the annual fee on the Chase Sapphire Reserve in the first year, or 6 years for the $95 annual fee Sapphire Preferred. But sometimes you'll see an elevated 80,000 point welcome offer on the Sapphire Preferred, and I would definitely go for that. By the way, you can always find updated offers using the links down in the description. And using those links is a free way to help support my channel, so please consider using those when you're applying for these or any other cards, and thank you so much to all of you who do use my links. So with the 20,000 points you'll earn from both of the Freedom card welcome bonuses and the 60,000 points you can earn from the Sapphire card, you're going to have a total of 100,000 Chase points or $1,000 in cash back, which to me makes this setup a complete no-brainer since you can earn that all by simply putting your everyday spend on these cards. But things actually get even more interesting when you learn how to redeem your points for maximum value, which brings us to reason number 5 to get the Trifecta, which is high value travel redemptions. So when you hold a Sapphire card like the Sapphire Preferred, there's an easy way to redeem your points for double their regular value. But you must hold a Sapphire card in order to do this. You cannot do this if you only have a Freedom card. This is because both the Sapphire Preferred and the Sapphire Reserve allow you to transfer your points to hotel and airline travel partners. And for a lot of people, this gets you an average value of around 2 cents per point. Chase has a very nice list of about 14 hotel and airline travel partners, including United Airlines, Southwest Airlines, Marriott Hotels, and the World of Hyatt. And of all the banks that have transfer partners like this, I believe Chase has the most well-rounded selection. And I know by experience that transferring points to these travel partners can get you a lot of free travel. So let's look at one of Chase's best travel partners, the World of Hyatt, as an example, since they're my favorite transfer partner and are one of the easiest ways to double the cashback value of your points, or in other words, get 2 cents per point. So if we hop over to Hyatt's website, hit Explore, then Hotels and Resorts, you'll see a map of all of Hyatt's properties that you can book using your Chase points. If you zoom into a city or area you'd like to visit, you can toggle viewing the points cost rather than cash price. You'll see the average price in points it costs to book a particular hotel. You need to be a member of the World of Hyatt, and you'll need to hold a Sapphire card. But once you do those things, you can transfer your Chase points over to the World of Hyatt at 1-to-1, and this whole process takes only about 30 seconds. Looking at a quick example of how this could be valuable, let's look at a property over in Hawaii that could nearly triple the value of your points. The Grand Hyatt Hawaii is a really beautiful property in Hawaii, right on the beach, and the room rate is consistently over $700 a night. But the average cost in points ranges from 25,000 to 35,000 points per night. And looking at September, there are lots of nights for just 30,000 points that cost over $1,000 per night. Remember, the cash value of your Chase points is 1 cent per point. So if you were to cash out 30,000 points, that would be worth just $300. But you can more than triple their value by using them at a nice hotel like this. There are countless other examples of Hyatt properties giving you more value for your Chase points. And in my experience of staying at Hyatt properties for over 50 nights in the last 2 years, 2 cents per point is a pretty average value, but it can definitely be a lot more or just a little less. And the only catch with all of this is that you need to find award availability. Or in other words, you need to find nights that you can pay for using your points, because sometimes they're all taken. Thankfully, that's not too hard to do when you use an award availability tool like the one I'm using here. It can show you all of the available dates for a specific property and the cost in points per night. Normally, it can take forever finding availability on Hyatt's website, since you have to search date by date. But you can save a lot of time using a tool like this. The tool is called MaxMyPoint, and there are free and paid versions available with a lot of useful features, and I'll include a link down in the description if you want to check it out. So there are a lot more examples I could show you on how to get more value for your Chase points from the Chase Trifecta that are just a little bit beyond the scope of this video. But I have done a lot in the past, and I'll link to them above. But now let's move on to how to get approved for the Chase Trifecta, since there are a few potential challenges you're gonna run into and some rules you'll want to be aware of. And if you stick around to the end, I'll give you a few cards that you can pair with the Chase Trifecta that make it absolutely overpowered. So if you wanna get approved for the 3 cards that make up the Chase Trifecta, there are 3 things you need to know. First is that you need to build up at least 1 year of credit history or 3 to 6 months of a banking relationship with Chase before applying for your first Chase credit card. In my own personal experience of applying for many Chase credit cards as well as helping many friends and family, Chase is very strict if you do not have any credit, and they are much more likely to approve you if you have a banking relationship with them. So ideally, you want to build up some credit or open up a bank account with them before applying, because if you don't, they're very likely to deny you. The next thing you need to be aware of when applying for Chase credit cards is a very important rule called the 524 rule. This is a soft rule that Chase has that says you cannot get approved for a new Chase credit card if you've been approved for 5 or more cards from any issuer in the last 24 months. This means if you've opened other cards in the last 2 years, this might limit your ability to complete the trifecta. And you want to be aware of this rule so that you can prioritize getting the trifecta and avoid getting denied. Because no matter how good your credit is, Chase will deny you over the 524 rule. And one last thing to be aware of is that Chase will not approve you if you apply for more than 2 cards in a 30-day period. And ideally, you should wait 1 to 3 months between applications. In other words, don't try and apply for all 3 Chase Trifecta cards on the same day or even within the same month, because Chase will deny you. All right, so now that we've covered the value behind the Chase Trifecta, I'm gonna show you some other cards you can add to the mix that make this combination even better. These cards provide a major shortcut to earning lots of Chase points, and they're cards I personally use and recommend holding. And they are the no annual fee Chase Ink Business Cash and Chase Ink Business Unlimited. Both cards have decent earning multipliers, but I tend to like the Ink Cash more for its 5% earning categories. However, the thing that's really overpowered about these credit cards is their welcome bonuses, where you can earn up to 75,000 Chase points after meeting their spend requirement. limits. For a no annual fee card, that's an insane amount of value, potentially giving you $1,500 in travel or more if you combine the points you earn from this card with the Sapphire Preferred, for example, and transfer them to travel partners. You can actually get approved for both of these credit cards, which is very valuable, but both of these are business credit cards, and so you will need to have some sort of business or side hustle in order to get approved. But that's much simpler than most people think. And even if you just sell things on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, or you occasionally babysit, mow lawns, or walk dogs, or anything outside of a regular 9-to-5 job, you can qualify. And it's worth it because these cards are insanely valuable. And I will have links down in the description to these and all the other cards mentioned in this video so that you can check out the latest offers. By the way, if you are applying for these or any other cards mentioned in this video, I would appreciate it if you use my links down in the description, since it helps to financially support this channel at zero cost to you. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.